So in today's video, I have something a little different, and basically I'm going to be trying out Agility Goten on my Mono Agility team. And obviously, this isn't a unit that you would normally use on your Mono Agility team if you already have multiple good units. But basically the point of this video or series is to show off units that you normally wouldn't use, and it's going to be 4 different categories. You're going to have your damage category, link set, tanking abilities, as well as overall, just my overall feelings of the unit and how well they obviously performed on this particular team. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I will most likely be going through your types every single day, so agility, tech, int, STR, and physical, and then on the weekend I'll have a little break, or maybe I'll do multiple units in a singular team. But yeah, again, your feedback is always appreciated, especially for series like this. If you have any additions, maybe to the categories, or maybe I could do something to the units that you feel would make it a bit fairer, do let me know in the comment section. But let's go ahead and take on the boss rush event, of course. And yeah, I will meet you guys there. So unfortunately, we have Goten in the 3rd slot, or the 3rd rotation. And we should be able to take care of this stage without too many problems. So the first thing that we want to try out is his damage, and obviously tanking capabilities and link set and stuff like that will come along with it. But when it comes to damage, I feel like there's a point where there's like different tiers basically. So 5 stars is from 1 to 5, by the way. 5 stars is like the pinnacle, like over 1 million damage or something along those lines. You know, I may be a bit lenient, maybe around 900k plus. 4 stars, maybe around 500k plus. 3 stars rather, 200k ish. You see where I'm going with this. So there's different tiers basically, and from what from what happens in this particular video, I will basically just give a score out of 5, of course, and this will all happen at the end. So here we go. Still no Goten, unfortunately, but I feel like he is going to work pretty well in this team. He has prepared for battle. The only real problem about this card in particular is that he doesn't have the greatest property multiplier, but he does have a semi-farmable super attack. You can obviously take the tech. Are we good here? Yeah, you can obviously take the tech Goten and feed him into the SSR one, especially if you awaken him. I believe it's a 50% chance, so you can always go ahead and do that. He gets a 70% attack boost, and like I was saying, the problem here is that he doesn't have the first battle link, and he has a restriction on his passive, which I'm quickly going to show you guys, and I believe it's 50%. So 50% restriction, but keep in mind that he is hopefully going to Dokkan with the Bio Broly event, which should maybe be coming out in a few days. And you know what, let's go with this, just because we want to activate that Kamehameha link, and I expect that he's going to hit for at least 150k. We'll see. Okay, here we go. And it's not bad. What? And that's at super attack 1. So in terms of damage so far, it's probably what I expected, but it would be interesting to see how hard he would hit at super attack 10. Okay, here we go. Going to show him off a bit more, of course, and we have a type advantage here, and I want to see how well he does against a unit where he doesn't have a type advantage, and of course his tanking capabilities as well. So again, this stage shouldn't be too hard because type advantage and all. And tomorrow, I'm actually undecided between a few units. It's a shame that I'm not doing this on global, and the reason why I'm not doing this on global, for one, boss rush isn't here, and what do you call it, and the events that are currently out are just not that great for something like this. But I have a larger variety of units over there, so it's a shame that I can't do it there. Maybe when boss rush does come eventually when boss rush eventually comes to global, which should be about a week before the 12-year anniversary. 12-year anniversary. I'm all over the place today. The 2-year anniversary. But anyway, here we go. Boost from Gohan as well. So a bit closer to 200k in terms of damage. Let's see how well we can tank against the last stage of this event with a type advantage. So around 11k. That's not too bad. It's pretty standard. And obviously, the more he raises defense in the ability system, the more he is going to tank. So around 180k. And keep in mind, Super Attack 1. At Super Attack 10, I would imagine that he is going to be hitting for at least 250k, maybe even more. And obviously, because he has a percentage type passive, he's going to benefit a bunch from the ability system. And like I said before, you have that farmable, well, semi-farmable super attack as well. Okay. So he is pretty much there this turn, and then at the start of the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta event, we actually take on an STR type. So obviously as the stages go on, they get tougher to take out because their defense gets higher and they also hit a bit harder. So it should be a decent representation of how well he would do against one of the first few stages of an event. Okay. But so far, it's pretty much what I expected. Let's go with this. Super attack. Let's grab these. And like I said before, if you have any suggestions on how I could potentially make these videos a bit better, do let me know. And I'll go ahead and do them if I can. So around 7k. Let's be a bit generous there. Just under 7k. And he's sitting for just under 150k. Super attack 1, keep that in mind. That's very important. I'm actually curious to see. I may actually compare him, like, to what he is now to when he Dokkans. So I can see him maybe getting a 90% attack boost instead. And that could definitely make a big difference. And of course, when you get the boost from a unit like Gohan, he's going to be hitting even harder. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And maybe that event will come out in a few days. I don't believe they announced a date for it. And who knows? They may even decide to release the Extreme Type Lead, or just, you know, give us a few more details. And we still haven't seen El Hercule. Like, where's Hercule? They've announced so many things, but they just aren't releasing anything. You have the Great Apes, and the Rebirth for Great Ape, Vegeta, and Nappa, I believe. Or is it? No, I think it's Vegeta and Raditz. I think those are the ones that are getting a Rebirth. I believe we have a few more units as well. I know El Hercule obviously still isn't in the game, so I don't know. I don't know what they are currently doing with Dokkan, to be honest, because the pacing seems a bit all over the place. They went from like 10 Dokkan events in like 2 months to like having a month break, and then not too much in between, to be honest. So maybe they're just waiting. So that is how hard he hits for without his passive, and I really hope that they get rid of that. And of course, with a type disadvantage, he gets hits for 27k, which is, again, expected. Okay, even Goku's getting hit for quite a bit. And the reason why I'm obviously keeping the two together is for that Kamehameha link. Let's go with that. Here we go, and hopefully he doesn't super attack me, and we can get the counter with Vegeta. We can. Okay. So probably going to take this stage out, and I'm going to give my final verdict. And like I said, I really would appreciate your support. Well, more your feedback, because I definitely want to make this series a thing and just improve it as I go along. So again, like, your feedback is one of the things that I value the most. So any feedback would be appreciated. Just any idea. Even if it sounds ridiculous, I am looking forward to hearing it. So the Dokkan mode of Goku. I don't think it's going to take him out, but it should be close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. It depends if he gets a crit or not, because I actually love my Super Saiyan Blue Goku on this version. Well, JP obviously. I have him on global as well, but he's not as good as my Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. And he got the crit. Of course he did. So around 180k. I wouldn't say his damage is that bad, but in comparison to some of the other units, it's obviously not as high. So just from seeing what he can do, I would definitely give his damage output and what he provides to the team at Super Attack 1. Keep that in mind. At Super Attack 1, I would give it 2 stars. Just because, I mean, it's pretty standard, right? I would give him a 3, but it's like, you have units like Goku Jr. now who aren't necessarily, like, supposed to be the hardest hitters in the game. But they can, like, he still provides something because he obviously has the ability to get himself to 100% because of the event, of course. And you have the other abilities. He's the first in-type unit that can get to level 20 crit. And because his free ability is additional attack, it kind of lets him down a bit. If it was crit, then his damage potential would be a bit higher. But you do need to get a few dupes to obviously get that up a bit. It's not to say that additional attacks are bad. By any means, they are very good. It's just I prefer crit, and they are way more consistent. Here we go. So, damage 2. Keep in mind that he is currently at Super Attack 1. His Rebirth currently isn't here. Definitely going to be trying him out when he does get his Rebirth. And I will try my very best to get him to Super Attack 10. But I tend to barber a lot of the stuff that I get. So, If I saved a few of them, maybe I could have had him at Super Attack 10 by now, but definitely going to go ahead and do that for the future. Maybe that's another thing that I'll do. I'll just compare units that I looked at before, and just obviously compare them again, or just take a look at them again when they are obviously a bit buffed in the ability system or something along those lines. But he should be pretty much dead this turn. And when it comes to the Link set, I honestly have no problem super attacking. And granted, he is not going to be on your rotations every other turn. Obviously, he's going to be in that third slot the majority of the time. But for the purpose of this video, I did put him next to Super Saiyan Goku for that Kamehameha link. And to be honest, he did link pretty damn well. And of course, when he Dokans, I would imagine that he's going to get that Rebirth link. So if you do have LR Margin Vegeta, he's going to be linking up well with Margin Vegeta, of course. And maybe have a few other Rebirth units like Gohan. Again, you may not have them on that same rotation, but they will still link up well. Again, it just comes down to what I'm saying again a lot. It comes down to what you personally have in your box, and it's just like most of the units that you have or pull, it just comes down to what you have in your box, and some may be better than others depending on your box. So damage, I would give it a 2. For link sets, I would honestly give it a solid 3. For now, it could definitely improve if they give him a few other links like Rebirth. Who knows? It's very unlikely, but if they do give him Fierce Battle, it could definitely pop him up. So link set 3 is pretty standard. Tanking abilities, I would say it's pretty standard as well. But I think when it comes to tanking, I think it's a bit unfair because obviously the units that have more ability system buffs will be able to tank, and if you get a defensive boost from your passive as well, you will be able to tank a bit better. But I think I'll give, like, when it comes to the defensive stat, I think I'm going to rate it out of 4 just to make it a bit fairer. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just rank it out of 4 just to make it a bit fairer, because tanking is just an interesting thing. Obviously with a stat boost, the defensive stats are going to be a bit higher, and every single unit does vary when it comes to defensive stats. The majority of the defensive stats are a bit different, so I'm going to give it a solid 3. Nothing too insane. Obviously, you have other units that, when the defensive stats get high enough, they are capable of tanking, but he is pretty standard. I'll give it 2.5 actually. But overall, I'm going to give him a 3, and I think that's pretty fair. I think 2 is way too low for a unit like this because he does provide a decent amount to the team. If that Super Attack 1, he potentially could be hitting a lot harder, and keep in mind that he does have that restriction, so when you get below that restriction, he is a bit, I wouldn't say he's a liability, but he is missing out on one of the reasons why you were bringing him in the first place. But yeah, I think 3 is pretty fair. And if you have any objections, just let me know in the comment section down below as always. And of course, if you have any suggestions, I've said this like 10 times now, do let me know in the comment section down below as always. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one.